everybody, welcome back to another video with ElectraSoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is going to be about what it is to truly understand that as long as you're living in your imagination, it's all done in your favor. I promise you this, upside down, left and right. Within your imagination, everything manifests in your favor. Everything, because in your imagination is where the reality is, okay? Your imagination is the only reality, and this is something that I feel like everyone and their mamas should be living their best lives from, because this right here is a common knowledge that isn't so common in the sense that everyone logically understands this. Of course, understandably, that is a very reasonable case because obviously most people run off of logic. They don't assume that what you think about and what you perceive within your mind as the wish fulfilled is actually what's being portrayed within their physical realities, because they assume that what they see in front of them is the only reality that is, when in reality, guys, the mind right here is the only reality that you should be paying attention to, for the simple reason that this mind right here is going to manifest every single thing that you want, and that the only job that you have is to just maintain that for yourself within your mind. Don't overthink this, don't overcomplicate this, don't even pay attention to any other circumstance going on around you. If you know that the vision that you hold in your mind is the one that you want to stay true to, that one right there is going to be the one to bless you in the end. But alright guys, before we get further into that, I'm gonna get straight into the video because I want to get to talking about how your imagination is the only reality, because it truly is. And you guys may have heard about this from the law of assumption perspective, the conscious manifesting thing, even on Twitter. I know Indigo's talked about this quite a few times. It is the complete and absolute truth. In your reality, the only thing that you should be paying attention to is the imagination, okay? Now with that being said, guys, now that we're in the video, let's get to talking about how your imagination is the only reality, because it truly is. Get very creative, get very imaginative, because I'm telling you guys right here, right now, that if there's anything in this world that you should be paying attention to, it's to the vision that you hold within your mind, for the simple reason that you are the most powerful person within your reality. You have to understand that no matter what it is, whether it's big, small, upside down, left or right, I don't care what it is, that there is nothing in this reality holding you back from manifesting the most perfect version of what you want your life to be, because you're not going to be the reason that you're holding yourself back. You have to be the reason that you're on top of your shit, that you understand that you can get everything that you want, and that you are not settling for less than best because you think that the bigger things out here, that the things that you want are not capable for you to have, when you know that that is not the truth, okay? This is why it's so important to live within that imagination, within your mind, the vision that you have set up for yourself, because again, that vision is the vision that you actually want to see manifest. You don't want to be one of those people that water down your desires, water down the way that you're living or anything else really, because you think that you can't do it, because you think that it's not possible, because you think that certain things are hard to have, hard to manifest, whatever else. In reality, guys, as long as you're dreaming it, as long as you're seeing it in your mind, as long as you have a vision for it, that vision is meant to come to life for the simple reason that you want it to, and that's it, okay? Now, as you guys know, within the law of assumption, obviously there's a lot of different ways that you can manifest things. Some people like to affirm and persist. Some people like to use different techniques than that. Some people simply go to their state, stay in their state of having the wish fulfilled, and then that's it. Whatever the case is though, I want you guys to understand that this all leads back to the imagination, because within you coming up with this perfect picture that you want your life to be or whatever else, you are still building that in where? The imagination. You're still building it within your mind, thus it being something that you do think about, that you do visualize, that you do see, and you understand that this is something that is connected to you. But then what causes the separation between that person and that dream within their mind? The overthinking, the questions, the checking, the logic, all that stuff, all of the things that you know are very limiting to yourself are all things that end up separating you from the vision that you have within your mind, because you obviously would assume that what you see in your mind is not possible because it doesn't feel realistic, it doesn't seem like it can happen, whatever else. You guys have to understand that as long as you're putting yourself in a position to say that this thing is not something that you can actually have, for the simple reason that it's just not possible, it doesn't look like it can happen for me, that is you selling yourself short and cutting yourself away from the life that you actually want to be living, when you know that that reality that you see in your mind is actually the one that you want to be a part of. But that is a choice that you make for yourself, because I can say so myself, truth be told, that I have separated myself from the silly little imagination bullshit in my mind because I thought that it wasn't logically possible. You know, you think of something that you really want. Like, think about it right now. Think about that car that you want. Think about that house. Think about that lifestyle that you really, really want right now. Now, you see yourself in your mind doing what it is that you want to do. You see yourself getting up each and every single day, being excited to go drive your nice ass whip to work being the most perfect career known to man, and then later you get to come back home to your perfect bed in your perfect house within your perfect lifestyle, because that is all something that you have manifested for yourself, right? Like, you see it in your mind. Maybe you don't think it's an instant manifestation because you assume that if it's not there in my 3D physical reality, it's not real or whatever else. But I need you guys to understand that the second that you have imagined this within your mind, like you saw yourself getting up from the bed, you saw yourself driving the whip, you saw yourself going to your dream job, going back home to your dream house, into your dream bed, and all this dream stuff going on around you, you see it all within your mind, right? Within your imagination. In reality, this right here is the only reality, because this is the lifestyle that you want. Instead of dismissing it and calling it silly, calling it stupid, calling it illogical, unrealistic, impossible, literally all words that I truly dislike, because these words are not the energy that you should be putting yourself into. But let's be honest, a lot of time, logically speaking, people will see their imagination or the vision that they have in their mind as these things, because they just assume that it cannot happen for them, and that the lifestyle that they are currently living in the 3D is the only reality that they will ever be a part of. You guys have to understand that you're literally cursing yourself the second that you separate yourself from that wonderful vision that you have set up for yourself, because that vision didn't come to you for fun. That vision didn't come to you because it wanted to fuck with you. That vision didn't come to you because the universe wanted to say, you can't get it, bitch. No, it's not coming through for any of those reasons. It's coming through so that you can bless yourself in the best way possible by making it happen for yourself, by staying true to that vision, okay? The way that you stay true to that vision, the imagination, is by consistently feeding it as though it is real, because it is real. It's here right now. It's your only lifestyle. It's exactly who and what you want to be. It's exactly the way that you want to be living in every way, shape, and form. And for you to figure that out for yourself is a very beautiful thing, because not a lot of people understand what it is that they want, because what do? They water down all of those wonderful big fat visions that they have for themselves. They water it down to nothing because they assume that that's unrealistic. So let me go find a realistic plan within this realistic world. Absolutely not. Living within your imagination is as easy as seeing yourself, like I said, getting up from your perfect bed, driving your perfect car to your perfect job, coming back to your perfect house at night, whatever else. It is as easy as simply maintaining this perfect vision that you have for yourself in your mind, consistently speaking. So anytime that you think about your lifestyle, you're not going to think about poor me, I have to get up at 6 a.m. to go work at a job that I really hate, or even a 9 to 5, or even I have to do this because I have to, and blah blah. Like, you don't have to do shit that you don't want to do. You don't have to live a lifestyle that you don't want to live. You don't have to do anything that you simply do not want to do. It's that simple. But the whole thing here is that in order to get away, because it's not even something you have to get away from, you don't have to get away from your 3D reality, you are already away from it, but more so how to mentally disconnect from that and to connect with the reality that you do want. Start visualizing yourself living your best life. Start consistently doing this, where you wake up in the morning, you see yourself living the lifestyle that you want, you know that you are already living it, and then when you go back to sleep at night, right before you fall asleep at night, you start thinking about how perfect your life is, how perfect today was, how you got to drive your amazing whip, oh my god, I love my life. Like, literally invoke yourself into the imagination that you have set up for yourself, as opposed to dwelling on the reality that you don't want. Because I will say for myself that living in my imagination has blessed me greatly, and not even just me, like a lot of people out here. Because within us, living within our imaginations, it's just us taking that reality into the only consideration that we want. Okay, like, we're not gonna pay attention to other shit that we don't want. Not saying that you have to strictly ignore the 3D or anything like that, but more so where you're just not allowing for this outside shit to affect what vision you hold for yourself within your mind. You know, someone can tell you, you have to keep working at this job for 5 more years. We know you hate it, but you have to. You can either listen to them and be like, oh my god, my life is shit, now I have to work there for 5 more years, blah 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 blah, like start feeling bad for yourself or whatever else, all the unnecessary things that don't help. But on the other hand, you can also change this into something really good for yourself. You know, you could just tell them, yeah, okay, I'll work there for 5 more years, but in your mind, what are you not doing? You're not working there for 5 more damn years. You're working at the place that you want to work at. You're doing what you want to do. Taking that kind of consideration for yourself is super important here, because yeah, you you can tell that person, okay, sure, whatever, but you're not actually taking it into consideration to say that that is the truth. From the outside, it looks like that, but on the inside, what's still going on? You're still that bitch. You're still living your best life. You're still doing what you want to do. You're still as free as a bird. Like, there's nothing missing here. The only way that things could get riled up inside of your mind, where the imagination starts to look all jumbled, is if you choose that, meaning that you sit there and you start to feel bad. Like I said, you start to question everything. You start to assume that you actually can't do this, when in reality, you know that you can. So really, when it comes down to this, I need you guys to be really, really, really strong, because I promise you, that vision that you hold in your mind is going to count for everything in the end. And it absolutely will, because it's going to end up manifesting a lot more things than you believe and that you even think right now. You know, a lot of times people don't understand how things manifest in their favor. They don't really understand the background details, like how this, how that. It doesn't matter though. That's the best part about that too, is that it does not matter. You don't need to sit there and wonder about how is this going to translate to my dream reality within my imagination, but who's gonna say this, but who's gonna give me this, but how is it gonna, doesn't matter, does not matter. Cut yourself some slack for the simple reason that it's so alleviating knowing that you don't have to stress out about that shit. You don't have to stress out about what's going on around you. You don't have to stress out about how things are gonna change, why, when, what, whatever. It doesn't matter. None of it matters, because the only thing that does matter is that you are staying loyal to the vision that you have in your mind. Your imagination is the only reality that you are supposed to be living in, but that is a choice that you make for yourself, and a choice that you should especially be making for yourself, because that is how you bless yourself, like I've been saying. Another huge thing with this whole living in your imagination thing is that it's also really important that you're not letting the outside stuff make you feel like the inside stuff, like your imagination, is a light year away, okay? Do remember that you're not working to get to this certain point. You're not doing this to get to a point where you're saying, okay, what's in my imagination will eventually manifest. It will be real. It will be. No, bitch, it is real. It is real. It is real. If you're living it, like soulfully speaking, you see your spirit, you see yourself living that reality within your imagination, you have to understand that that imagination is already real. That is another huge thing that helps a lot of people out when it comes to living in your imagination, because as I was saying about the logics, people will assume that there is a separation. Remember guys, there is never a separation between you and your desires. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care how big your dreams are or how unrealistic they look to you. I promise you, if you are on that jet in your imagination, you are on that jet, period. You are flying on that jet in the same moment that you are imagining it, and you maintaining that thought process where you're thinking about me living my best life, me doing what I want to do, me having it all, or whatever else, are all things that are real in the same moment. Now, the way that it becomes solidified in the 3D is by maintaining that. In other words, maintaining the state of having the wish fulfilled. But that's really all there is to it. You're just maintaining facts that you know is a fact because you said that it is a fact. If you sit here and you start questioning shit and you start saying, but eventually I'll get there, but eventually this, but no eventually, no eventually, no eventually, because eventually is going to be forever. Eventually, 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 eventually. You're literally continuously chasing a dream that you already know that you have because you've implemented it within your mind. Now, what greater feeling is there than knowing that everything that you want is literally secured in the bag, tying that bitch up in your favor because you decided on it, within you living within that imagination? It feels so good because you are literally free to do anything you want to do, to manifest anything you want to manifest, and to have everything that you want to have, for the simple reason that what? You already have it in your imagination. Now that you already have it in your imagination, your only duty is to start living from that point. Is that anytime that something in your 3D bothers you, you're not going to sit there and start crying and whining and letting your thoughts go crazy about how this one thing really pissed you off. And yes, again guys, if you guys do have a moment, it is completely okay. But more of what I'm trying to say is, like, if this is a consistent thing where you're falling victim to what you see in front of you, oh my god this, oh my god that, I don't know what to do, I feel like my vision's so far away, whatever else, like the lacking bullshit stuff that you don't want anything to do with, you got to steer clear from that, because that's not the energy. The energy here is when you see something that you don't like in your 3D, you still say, but I still got it, but I still got it, but I got it because it's up here. Even if you're $100 short today, you imagine yourself having $100. You see yourself having $100. You see yourself enjoying having $100. You're not going to sit here and fall victim to what you think is $100 lost right in front of you, when you know that inside of your mind, the $100 is still there. In fact, it's doubled. In fact, it's tripled. In fact, it's quadrupled. All because you chose that in your favor. Do you see how free this is? Do you guys see how capable you are of manifesting a beautiful future, a beautiful life, in fact, a beautiful present right now? And all because you have decided on these things in the same moment that you said so, like it is done in your favor in the best way possible. And no one and nothing could ever take you away from that. That is the most important thing, is that you are remembering this, that you are maintaining this, and that you are willingly choosing, again, choice. It's always a choice to make, but willingly choosing to live within your imagination. Your imagination will bless you beyond words, but that is always a choice that you make for yourself, as opposed to sitting here and being a victim to something that you are not a victim in. You're not a victim. You're not meant to sit here and be a victim. You're not meant to sit here and feel like shit about your life when you know that your imagination is perfect. That's really the whole thing. Stop looking at it as a dream, as something that's far away, as something that you eventually have to get to. It is something that is right here, right now, very constant, very consistent within your reality. You just have to stay there, to remain there, to know that this is exactly what you need, what you want, and everything that you have ever wanted to manifest in your entire reality. It's already magically and beautifully done in your favor because you said so, and that's it. So even if you think there is a lack, even if you think that there's something missing here, even if you think that the 3D is telling you a big fat F no when your reality inside of your mind is telling you yes, you better be only paying attention to the reality up here and not anything else besides that. Like I said before, living within my imagination as my only reality has blessed me greatly, for the simple reason that I decided to stay loyal to that vision that I have for myself, and then it ended up manifesting, physically speaking. But even when I do physically receive those desires, I'm gonna tell you right now that it's not shocking in the slightest. Yes, it's always a pleasant surprise, but I'm never surprised. Like, I'm never sitting there like, holy shit, I can't believe this. I'm always like, yeah, I knew that because I saw it already. I was already living it. I already knew that it was done in my favor. That right there is everything to you. So be wise enough to tie yourself to the vision that you hold within your mind, to understand that no matter what it is, you already have it all done in your favor because you said so, and that the only vision that you need is the vision that you are holding within your mind. I promise you, your imagination is the only reality. Just stay loyal to it enough for it to show you why you should have been loyal to it the entire time. It's all going to manifest beautifully and wonderfully and perfectly in your favor because you said so, and that's it. I promise you guys, upside down, left and right, this is the truth, and it does work this way. You just have to be wise enough to actually see it all work out in your favor, of course, because it already is done in your favor. Period. The same second you imagine it, just know that it is, and that's it. But alright, my love, that's basically it for my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helps shed some light in regards to living within your imagination and being able to just be as free as you want to be when it comes to this, when it comes to all of your desires being manifested in your favor. Because the one thing that I want you all to do is to just be happy, is to just be free, and is to just understand that no matter what it is, it's already done. I promise you, it really is. Be wise enough to do this for yourself though, because there's nothing scary about it. I promise you that upside down, left and right, your imagination is truly the only reality. But alright, my love, I intend that this video helped you to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, what the fuck is so hard about you living in the reality that you want? Like, what is so complicated about it? Absolutely nothing. Because after everything that you have been through within your reality, nothing here is big enough to keep you away from the bigger things that you want out of life. No matter what it is, no matter how big it looks, no matter how small it looks, that's what she said, but you know what I'm saying. No matter what it is that you want, you all have to understand that it is easily as capable for you to have as anything else in this reality, like anything else. So get creative, get imaginative, get up in there in your imagination, do what you got to do to make yourself happy, whatever else, but do that thing, because whatever you see in your mind, I promise you, is going to manifest in your favor, but it's all your call. It's entirely up to you. But that is why I'm saying to get imaginative, to get creative, because I know that you guys want a lot of things. I know that you all want to be happy. I know that you all want to be living the realities that you have set up for yourself, for the simple purpose that that is what you've been wanting your entire life. But the thing is that a lot of people don't think that they can, because they think that they're silly. They think that they can't do this. They think that it's not possible or whatever else. And I do understand that, but I want you all to know that if you do choose to live within your imagination for at least even like 3 days straight, like deadass, try it for anything, 3 days straight, you're going to see how these things end up manifesting in your favor a lot quicker than you thought that they would have. And it's all because you're invoking yourself in the energy of just having it right now. You're not waiting for it, you're not looking for it, you're not doing the most. You just know that it's already done in your favor. So sit with that, be proud of that, be happy about that, because that right there is going to call for, like I said, everything to manifest in your favor. Even if something bothers you in your physical reality, be strong-minded and be strong enough in general, period, for you to just look past that thing and to understand that this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your self-concept will speak for itself here, because it's going to let you know just how powerful you really are, especially in these cases where you think that outside sources can fuck with you. They can't. I promise you, they can't if you don't allow them to. But that is a choice that you make. You make the decision to live within your imagination, to let your imagination manifest everything for you in your beautiful and wonderful favor, and it absolutely will. But don't fear the outcome. Don't fear what could happen. Don't fear anything else. Just be okay with living there, because you deserve that energy for yourself. I promise you. You really do. Like, no one deserves to feel like a victim to their realities, so that's why I choose willingly each and every single day to only accept the reality that I have within my imagination as the only reality that I am living, because I know better than to sit here and to settle for less than best. When the vision that I hold for myself in my mind is the best vision that I've ever seen, why should I settle for anything less than that? No, I shouldn't, and neither should you, because we both know better than that. As the main characters, we both are main characters of our realities. We both have to understand that nothing out here is big enough or strong enough to keep us from being as powerful as we want to be. If we really are the most powerful people and the most powerful creators, controllers, gods of our realities, it's all about taking control of the reality that we do have and making it into something very, very wonderful the same second that you decide on that thing. So whether it be big, small, plain, large, I don't give a fuck what it is, what you want for yourself. Simply stay loyal to that vision that you are holding within your mind, so that you are able to live in the reality that you do want, aka your imagination being the only reality that you are willingly choosing to live in. If you choose to live in your imagination, I promise you, you will see a lot of wonderful things change and move in your favor, and it will be because you are living in the wish fulfilled, as opposed to focusing on lack, as opposed to focusing on the things that you don't want, on the limits, or on the shit that makes you sad in general. Stop focusing on those things and only pay attention to the things that you do want, because that right there is what's going to make you the happiest in the end. I promise you that this is really not as bad or as big or as scary as people might think it is. It really is not even delusional, so to say, because I don't even believe in the delusion shit anymore. I just believe that it's the truth. There's nothing delusional about you living the perfect life that you want to be living. So just choose to live it and just stay loyal to it up here. If you are a strong-minded person, if you have a good self-concept, if you know who you are and you are a confident person, I promise you, you will find your way around. And you will choose to be loyal to what it is that you see up here, and it will all be because it will be super easy, super natural, and super meant for you, as it always was. I promise you, it always was. So just step into it now and watch it bless you in the best way possible, because it's supposed to. This is what life is all about, getting you what it is that you want. And guess what? If you have decided on that thing, you best believe that it's already done in your favor, because it absolutely is. That's all there is to it. Just stay loyal to it. Live in your imagination. It will bless you beyond words. Promise you that. Right, I swear. But alright, my love, I'm gonna leave y'all with that so that y'all can learn from what I'm saying, apply it to your lives, so that you can willingly choose to live in your imagination, so that you can have the best life known to man by choice, because you decided on that in your imagination. You're staying there because you know that that right there is the only reality that exists for you, because we both said so, and that's absolutely it. But alright, my love, thank y'all so much again for watching my video. It means the world to me. I promise y'all, it really does. May God bless all of you. Please take care, everybody. And please do remember that you are not a sucker. I don't care how much of a victim that you feel to your reality. I don't care how small you feel. I don't care how weak you feel. You are none of those things. You're strong, you're confident, and you're more than willing to get up and to make more for yourself. But where are you going to make more for yourself? In your imagination. Just like your imagination has helped you cook up all of the wonderful visions and opportunities and manifestation desires and all this stuff for yourself, you have to continue to allow it to manifest more for you, more for you, more for you, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to bless you beyond words, but you have to be the one receiving it. On the other side, receiving it. It comes through, you grab that bitch. You're gonna be the one receiving the present. You're gonna be the one getting the car keys, the house keys, the keys in general. Like, all of it is already done in your favor. Why? Because you see it up here. Literally because you see it up here, and you're maintaining that for yourself. You're not looking at your imagination and saying, oh, it's silly, oh, it's stupid, it's not gonna happen. No, bitch, you're saying that's the only reality for me. That's the only thing I want. That is exactly who I am. That is what I'm living right now. And even if you don't feel like you are living it right now, that is okay. You don't have to feel like you are right now. You just have to know that it's done in your favor. You just have to trust that vision for yourself and understand that everything that you'll ever need will always be within you, because the only world that should exist to you is the one within you. This is why I always say that it's so important that you stop looking at external factors and external evidence to support the reality that you have made for yourself, because all that stuff doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you are making for yourself up here, but you make it and you stay with it, you stick to it, you remain loyal to it. That is what will bless you in the end. So dream big, think wide, do the most. I don't care what you do in your mind. If you want to do backflips, shit, go ahead and do that. Just know that you will. Just know that you're capable. Just know that it's already happened. Because why? You already did it in your imagination, thus it being real. You backflip that bitch. That's all there is to it. You know that, it's the truth, and that's it. Stop killing it with questions. Stop killing it with concerns. Stop killing it with contradictions. Just stay loyal to that thing. It will bless you beyond words in the end. Just like I've been saying the entire video, I promise you it will. The imagination is the only reality. Accept that as the only truth, and it will be the only truth because it already is. And that's it. So simple, so easy. Just do it. Live there. Stay there. Know that it's done. It absolutely is, because we said so. And that's it. Bye. You are a perfectly capable and perfectly powerful person, a person who is powerful enough to manifest everything that you want. So why in the world would you not be staying loyal to that vision that you have set up for yourself in a world so limitless, so big, and so free? Please do understand that no matter what it is, I promise you, no matter what it is, no matter how crazy it looks to you, even if you want to be the next biggest pop star, which is not even a crazy thing, like people might use that as an example to say that's really big and crazy, but you see, to people like me and you who have been living in our imaginations, it's extremely realistic to see and to understand that that is the truth. And it's all because you understand that for yourself. You're not succumbing down to not believing in yourself, to limiting yourself, to basically forgetting your entire desire because you think it's that unrealistic. You're not doing any of that shit. What you're doing instead is staying loyal to the vision that you have up here, because you know that that vision is going to cause for everything to manifest in your favor. That is why some people manifest so freaking quickly. It's because they understand that this right here, I promise you, is the only reality. They know that everything that they have within their minds is going to manifest, which it already has because they are already living it, but that they are making it happen for themselves, and that they're not ashamed, they're not afraid, they're not anything. They just know that it's already done, just like you know it for yourself. So I want you to really know this for yourself. I want you to maintain it. I want you to stick to it. Consciously speaking, stick to that thing, and to not overthink, question, or contradict the reality that you have made for yourself within your imagination, because your imagination is the only reality known to man. That's the only thing that should ever matter to you. Even if you think that your imagination is the craziest thing in the world and that it cannot happen, obviously in the best way possible, then please take it upon yourself to stop limiting yourself down to not being able to because you said so, because you owe yourself so much more than that. You owe yourself being able to live out your hopes and dreams, the things that you've been wanting to do since you were a child, everything, all of it. You deserve to be living it right now, but that won't happen until you decide that. So if you want to start living it, start imagining you living it. Get creative, get hella creative. Take out the arts and crafts, bitch. The crazy shape scissors, the construction paper, bitch. Get creative, like do what you want to do. Craft up your beautiful reality, craft up what you want. Know that that is the only truth for you, because it is. And if you ever had a doubt about it, like I said, try it out for 3 days. Do it whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Imagine yourself having it all for just 3 days time and watch it all manifest in your favor. Watch it, deadass watch it. Because if you're staying loyal to that thing, you're not contradicting yourself, you're not working against it. Basically, you are going to see just how quickly what you see up here becomes the only thing that you see out here, and nothing else will matter besides that. But be wise about this, because it's all about you. It's all about your power, what you're putting into this. It's just the fact that you know that it's already done in your favor, because it absolutely is. I promise you that. But alright, my love, get creative, live in your imagination, and stay there. That is the only reality that you are claiming, because it's your only reality, and that's it. Nothing else can touch you or bother you, because you're staying so true to a vision that you know is meant for you, because it absolutely is. You guys got this, my love. I believe in you. Believe in yourselves just as much as I do, and believe in the reality that you have in your imagination as the only reality that you're supposed to be living, because you are already only living that. Promise you that. Alright, my love. Y'all got this. Love you forever and always.